Hey guys, Money of Yumi here, where I talk about anything and everything related to money and how to grow your wealth. Today, I want to have a discussion on whether you should wait for a property crash or should you buy now. And there's going to be different answers for different people depending on your situation. So I'm going to give my opinion on what that is. There's no right or wrong answers here. So I'll try my best to explain the mindset from both sides. And if you have any thoughts about this, leave me a comment down below. First of all, I've been hearing a lot of chatter about this, especially in the US where interest rates are now 6%. Congratulations, America, you did it again. And we might hit 7% by the end of the year or at the earliest by the end of summer. And I wouldn't be surprised. In the US, the highest interest rate was 18.45% in 1981. 18.45%, guys. That's not sustainable. In Singapore, interest rates will hit 3%, and some of them already have, but I don't think we'll see anything higher than 4% in Singapore just because of government regulations in Singapore, so good job over there. And before I begin going into the details, I want to share with you something. The higher the interest rates, the more it will affect your purchasing power. So let's say you want to buy a $1 million home, for example, and let's compare it with a 1.5% interest rate and a 3% interest rate. So with 25% down, you're going to have a loan amount of $750,000, and at 1.5% interest rate, your monthly payment is $2,588. At a 3% interest rate, that is going to be $3,162 every month. That's a difference of $574. But let's say you can only afford a mortgage payment of $2,588 every month, then at 3% interest rate, you can only afford a house that costs $813,000 with a loan amount of $610,000. So your purchasing power is now $187,000 lesser. Not to mention you'll be paying the bank more in interest payments. So why should you wait to buy property? Well, it depends on how desperate you are to buy a home right now. If you're not in a rush and you can wait another 2 years, for example, and you haven't found a property that you really like or love, then don't rush into it, especially if you're living rent-free with your parents or family. By waiting, you might be able to save more money for that down payment as well. And remember, it's about supply and demand. If there's not a lot of demand for the properties, the prices will dip because sellers will have to reduce prices to attract buyers, since some buyers who might have qualified for a $1 million home when interest rates were low might not be able to do so anymore and may only qualify for an $800,000 home. Then this is the best time to do your research and keep track of home prices in a certain condo, for example. Sign up for alerts to be sent to you every time a new listing hits the market, so you'll be able to gauge how prices are doing at that point of time. And also check URA's website frequently for past transacted prices, so you'll be able to know if home prices are going up or down. And that's how you're going to be able to spot good deals. An ideal situation is to be able to buy a property below market value. So why should you buy a property in Singapore right now? Well, if you're getting married and you're buying a BTO, then I wouldn't care so much about the interest rate, since HDB does control the home prices and you won't be greatly affected even if there's a property crash in Singapore. Second, if it's for investment and the numbers still make sense. A lot of property investors are sitting on the sidelines right now unless they see a deal that makes sense. With the higher interest rates, there are not a lot of flips going on right now. And in Singapore, for example, if new developments are giving more discounts to curb the higher interest rates, then I'll be interested. Or if a property is selling below market value because the seller is desperate for cash and wants to sell the property quickly for under market value, then that might interest me too. But that's why doing your own research is so important, because then how would you know that that property is undervalued? Third, if it's for your own stay and you found the perfect home, then why wait? Sure, interest rates are now higher than before, but you can always reprice or refinance 1 to 2 years later if interest rates are lower at that time. People tend to forget that. And do you know how hard it is to find the perfect house? It's really, really hard, okay? And not everyone's living in their dream home either, right? And the key to buying a home is negotiating the price. That's why having a good agent to represent you is so important, regardless if you're buying or selling. And don't forget, interest rates might get higher than current rates too. If the property market dips in the next few months, yeah, your property value is going to get lower. But if this is your so-called forever home where you're going to be staying for like 10 to 20 years, then why does it matter if your property value is lower in the short term? For example, during the 2008 housing crisis, people's home values got cut by 33% on average, but since then, home prices have gone up by 50%. There's a quote that says, don't wait to buy real estate and wait. And that is so true, because real estate almost always will go up in the long run, except if you buy a home that's already overpriced. A lot of new developments within the 5-year range in Singapore are still selling at prices lower or at about TOP prices. So essentially, to me, that's like a loss, or what I consider a bad investment. So if you're on the fence on whether to wait or buy now, I hope you gained some clarity from this video, and let me know in the comments below if you guys are looking to buy or waiting to buy. I would love to hear from you. And don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell icon so you get notified whenever I post a new video. And feel free to follow me on my Instagram. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you again next time.